All right, so I got home. I got in an argument with my mom. She slapped me across the face. She began to hit me. She started beating me. I didn't like it, so I strangled her to death.
You have forfeited your right to live at all. Shall be executed in a method provided by Florida law.
All right, what are we gonna do next? Quincy, what are we gonna do next? Come on. Talk to me. Let's go then.
This is about to be juicy, man. Lock in. Lock in is what I have to say. Holy moly, that was a great way to start a video, man. Like that got, I'm engulfed.
This is Aiden Fui, the notorious teen behind a brutal Florida juvenile crime. On May 9th, 2021, St. John's, Florida witnessed a heinous crime when 14-year-old Aiden Fui fatally stabbed 13-year-old Tristan Bailey 114 times, abandoning her dead body in the woods. Believing he had escaped, subsequent security footage damningly captured the crime's aftermath. In one, we see Fuchi's mother attempting to clean his blood-stained jeans. Despite attending the same school and living in the same neighborhood as Bailey, Fui showed no remorse. Evident in a Snapchat video, he's seen enjoying himself in a police car after the murder.
Having fun.
Having
Cop car.
Yep. Tristan.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
Tristan, if you walk out the damn, it's in a cop car, cuz. Tripping, dude.
Cuz?
The situation grows more
Cuz? This is what NBA Youngboy does to you. This is the aftermath of NBA Youngboy right here. Like, I'm worried about everything with this guy. The way his hair is. I don't like a thing about this little
disturbing with footage from his detention, showing Fui unfazed during a conversation with his parents.
They found this girl, right?
Where?
In our neighborhood. Down our main street.
We know it was you, bro. Is she good?
She's dead. That's why this is very important. It's all on you right now.
What is my problem?
Because you stabbed her 114 times.
So right now, it's facing you right now, son.
This is very serious, Aiden. You can't act like I don't know. I don't know. You can't, and you can't
You
say
understand
nothing
this is serious? Clearly. You understand, right?
Mm-hmm. Everything you say will affect you.
As the trial commenced, Fui, tried as an adult, faced first-degree murder charges. The evidence was damning: the knife used in the crime, security footage, and witness accounts from friends and his girlfriend all pointed to premeditated murder.
114 stab wounds, 49 defensive wounds, 35 wounds to the head and neck, 29 to the back.
Can we just hold on 114? Wherever you are right now, please do me a favor. Take your hand and just smack it on your chest 114 times and tell me how long that takes you to do. Just keep doing this 114 times, bro.
And 6 fatal wounds.
Aiden kept knives for protection. He always had a knife on him if he wasn't at school. He would keep his AirPods. He listened to music to try and calm him down. He said that helped him with his anger.
Helped him with his anger, bro. I know he's jamming NBA Youngboy in there. Like, I don't know why niggas think music doesn't affect you. It does, bro. Niggas be listening to the most reckless shit. And like, I'm no exception. I listen to some wild ass rap music sometimes. But like, it baffles me when people be like literally sad. Like, they'll be like, I'm depressed. They'll say I'm depressed. But then listening to XXXTentacion and Juice WRLD's sad ass music, and I'm like, how is that gonna put you in a better mood? In what light do you see this shit putting you in a better mood if you listening to a nigga, I'm sad, I'm
114.
Drop all of them, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you're sick in the head, bro. Oh, we about to watch you drop all of these? Yeah, that's how long that shit took, bro. That's how many, like, do you see how crazy you are?
This jar now holds 114 stones, one for each of the 114 stab wounds that my sister had to endure. I bear the thoughts that one day the trauma we have all been through because of the actions of Aiden Fui will cost the lives of my other family members. I have been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. I have been unable to work at times during this process due to the trauma and PTSD attacks triggered by knives, blood, and open wounds. My relationships have suffered. My physical and mental health has diminished, and my goals for the future have seemingly disappeared. Aiden Fui didn't just take Tristan's life that day. He took everything from us.
Facts.
As the verdict came, Fui was sentenced to life in prison for the brutal murder of Tristan Bailey, a sentence reflective of the monstrous nature of his crime.
Mr. Fui, having entered a plea of guilty to the crime of first-degree murder, I adjudicate you guilty of the premeditated first-degree murder of Tristan Bailey. I sentence you to life in prison.
Aiden was just 14 years old when he killed Tristan Bailey. But how does that compare to the violence 12-year-old Morgan...
He had no reaction at all, bro. He had none. It was just like, yeah, what the fuck ever. He had nothing, bro. Golly, that's scary.
Stab. Did you try to stab her before that? No. Did you guys go to the park? Yes.
This is Morgan Geyser, a 12-year-old from Waukesha, Wisconsin, who's facing charges for the attempted murder of her then-best friend, Peyton Leutner. On May 31st, 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire, both 12 years old, committed an unspeakable act that'll forever change their lives. They lured their friend, Peyton Leutner, into a forest and stabbed her 19 times.
If you watch enough of these videos, bro, you won't trust anybody. Your friends will be like, yo, you want to go on a camping trip? Hell no! I'm not going on no fucking camping trip with you, nigga. I'm not going to no woods with you.
This heinous act was done in an attempt to appease the fictional character, Slender Man.
Who stabbed her first?
I think when he stabbed her first and then I continued and like she was like, Morgan, make sure she doesn't miss this game. She told me that she got her in the lung right here 6 times and then like in the leg a few times. So we told her we were gonna get help, but we really weren't. We were gonna run and let her pass away.
I mean, if you guys were stabbing her, I don't think she believed you were gonna get help.
Remarkably, Leutner survived and was found on a road where she was rescued.
You know, upon a 12-year-old female, she appears to be stabbed.
She appears to be what?
Stabbed.
Stabbed?
Correct.
Are you with her right now?
Yes.
Is she awake?
She's awake.
Is there any bleeding going on?
Her clothing has got blood on it.
Okay, and you found her and she was just laying there?
Yeah.
Despite being arrested, Morgan Geyser was far from shaken by what just happened, as interrogation footage showed her singing and dancing shortly after being apprehended.
Are you going to put me in prison and I'm going to rot and die?
Yes.
Please don't cut off my head.
You're scaring me, bro. No, this is like horror movie type stuff, huh? Like, I'm gonna just say, like, you're sick. Like, I don't know how else to put this. Like, you were actually sick. When they say, like, this person has mental issues, like, that's what I'm looking at here.
Geyser was later charged with attempted first-degree homicide, as both she and Wire were tried as adults.
Bro said white girls do be wild, no. The Hello Kitty ones, nigga. But they wouldn't even go this far. As far as they go is pegging you while you sleeping. Like, that's really it. Other than that, like, you're straight. You can take a few pegs in your ass, a good 12-inch cock in you while you sleep. I promise you, you're straight after that. Luring you in the fucking woods and stabbing you 19 times?
Morgan Geyser's fate was all but sealed. She received a severe sentence, 40 years to life, a requirement for psychiatric treatment. While some see Morgan Geyser as an innocent victim of pop culture, how does it stack up against a road rage incident that almost turned fatal?
You freaking stupid? Huh? You freaking idiot?
This is Brian Holmes, a fiery teen who's turning Florida's highways into a shooting range. One September morning, 18-year-old Brian Holmes from Florida was involved in a dangerous road rage incident on State Road 415. Holmes, driving erratically and without headlights, rear-ended his soon-to-be victim's car.
Detectives here in Volusia say using license plate reading technology from here in the area, they were able to catch the suspect, 18-year-old Brian Holmes, within 20 to 30 minutes of the shooting. They say they were able to then arrest him at his house.
He then drove alongside her SUV, opening fire and striking her vehicle 7 times.
Right, you're banned. First of all, trying to expose niggas. Second off, you're banned.
Fortunately, the victim was unharmed. While Holmes admitted to firing at the victim's vehicle in an attempt to hit the tires, his victim painted a very different picture.
And of course going by, but that was them. They were in front of me. Then they kind of like moved to the right lane. And when I passed, they started shooting.
Volusia County Sheriff's deputies rapidly apprehended Holmes using license plate reader technology. During the arrest, a handgun fell from his waistline, contradicting his initial claim of being unarmed.
The car. Step out of the car. Okay, you don't have a gun or anything on you, right, man? All right, step away from the car.
Man, oh man, oh man. Every time I see a road rage incident that ends up with somebody getting shot, it always makes me think like, bro, I don't think I could keep a gun in my car because of how angry I get while driving. So I'm like, I know for a fact a lot of other people can't, bro. Someone cuts me off and I'm like, oh, if I had a gun under my seat, nigga, I would be clapping at your tires right now. If I'm having these thoughts, there's somebody out there who's having them too. They don't have the normal bandwidth an average human has to control the thought and not shoot. Niggas might just shoot.
Step away from the car. Step away. Stop.
Nigga said I used a shuriken or something. What the fuck you mean, well? How about well, your ass is banned on my chat and I'm sitting in your toilet?
Stop. Stop. Stay there.
Check his car.
Brian Holmes was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, discharging a firearm from a vehicle, shooting into an occupied vehicle, and possession of a concealed weapon used in the commission of a felony by a person under 24. Brian Holmes' case was born out of a moment of madness. How does it compare with an 11-year-old preparing to bring death to his schoolmates?
Sorry.
This is Quincy Tuttle, an 11-year-old who was about to settle a school squabble with summary executions of his schoolmates. Tuttle brought a .22 caliber handgun and over 400 rounds of ammunition to school.
Oh my God.
With several knives.
Oh my God.
His arsenal was discovered after his mother alerted the school about missing kitchen knives, leading to his arrest and a 2-hour lockdown at the school.
Prosecutors say a .22 caliber semi-automatic handgun was found and 2 loaded magazines.
Tuttle faced serious charges, including attempted assault, unlawful possession of a firearm, and possession of a weapon at school. As the trial proceeded, a dark side of this 11-year-old emerged. Quincy Tuttle was sentenced to 2 years in a juvenile detention facility for his actions. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree attempted assault, theft of a firearm, second-degree unlawful possession of a firearm, and possessing a dangerous weapon on school facilities.
That's why you shouldn't bully, right there. Everybody says it's because you should be nice to people. Fuck that. The world doesn't work like that. No one is always going to be nice to you, even when you get out of school. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. God built a paradise in the Bible, nigga, and the snake was still able to get in. It just doesn't work like that. But the reason why you shouldn't bully, because one of them niggas will shoot up your school. That's why you shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't. Because one of them will really come and shoot the whole bitch up because your dumb ass want to be a dickhead for no reason. You could have just shut your mouth. Now your ass is dead, looking from above, talking about, fuck, if I just shut the fuck up. Obviously, the school shooter's terrible. Fucking terrible, but it's like, he's weaker than you. If somebody's weaker than you, there's only one thing they're gonna do. They're gonna find something that's not weaker than you.
All right, so I got home. I got in an argument with my mom. She slapped me across the face. She began to hit me. She started beating me. I didn't like it, so I strangled her to death.
This is Gregory Ramos, a teen who killed his own mother in cold blood.
That's crazy.
In DeBerry, Florida, a chilling event unfolded on November 2nd, 2018. Gregory Logan Ramos, then 15, strangled his mother, Gail Elaine Clevenger, following an argument over a bad grade. Emerging facts horrified the nation about this case, as the victim was buried beneath the church's fire pit and the scene cleaned to perfection. Ramos's meticulous planning and execution of the crime were shocking, particularly given his age and the calculated nature of his actions.
She slapped me across the face. She began to hit me. She started beating me. I didn't like it, so I strangled her to death.
But that's crazy.
I put her in a wheelbarrow. I put her in my car. I took the car. I had a mental breakdown where I almost committed suicide 3 times. I drove back to the church. I began to dig a hole. I dig a hole right under the fire pit. I dug a pretty deep hole. Pretty deep, you know, deep enough to fit a body in, all right?
All the stones were arranged. It was a fire pit. And this is where him and his friends would always come. We did a cursory...
Bro is just explaining it like it's a Mr. Beast challenge. Like, we have no emotion on it. Like, hey guys, today I'm killing my mom and I'm digging a hole underneath the fucking church.
We did a cursory search. Unfortunately, her foot was protruding after digging down maybe 8 or 10 inches. That's not really a big place to where he put his mom.
The charges came in hard. first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence. Ramos pleaded guilty, as his friends Dylan Keglarek and Brian Porras were also charged as accessories for helping to cover up the crime.
Y'all
were also charged.
All look like some school shooters, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You're very like, don't judge a book by its cover. But if I was to judge a book by its cover, y'all are the cover I'm giving it. You feel me?
Accessories for helping to cover up the crime.
I checked the entire house because I was looking for her, but she's not here. I just got home.
What?
I checked the entire house because I was looking for her, but she's not here. I just got home, and my house is completely trashed. It looks like someone broke in the side door.
With compelling victim statements, overwhelming evidence, and the cold calculations in the execution of the crime, the verdict was never in doubt. Gregory Ramos was sentenced to 45 years in prison. But how does it compare to McKenzie Shilla's jealous love turning into a double murder situation?
I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose.
This is McKenzie Shilla, an aspiring teenage model whose suicide attempt left her in a double murder trial. In Ohio, a devastating crash claimed the lives of two young individuals. McKenzie Shilla, driving at a harrowing 100 miles per hour, crashed her Toyota Camry straight into a brick building without braking. Dominic Rousseau, 20, and Davian Flanagan, 19, McKenzie's unfortunate passengers, were pronounced dead at the scene. It was soon discovered that Miss Shilla's motive was to end it all after her once sweet relationship with Dominic had gone stale after a few weeks. Were pronounced dead at the scene. It was soon discovered that Miss Shilla's motive was to end it all after her once sweet relationship with Dominic had gone stale after a few weeks. As the trial began, Shilla faced mounting evidence from the prosecution of the cold, premeditative nature of her crime, attempting a half-successful murder-suicide with her boyfriend and his friend.
Kenzie's statement in the hospital to Detective Azu, "Can't you just take my license away for 10 years or something?" That statement
is killing two people.
That statement is McKenzie Shilla.
On purpose?
The most selfish person I know.
Oh God. Oh God. You have to be selfish. Want to kill yourself, but say, I don't think this nigga gives a fuck about his life either. So I'm gonna take them with me. Nigga, if you gonna kill yourself, kill your fucking self only. I didn't ask for that.
McKenzie Shilla murdered Dom and Davion in cold blood and had already moved on. Kenzie killed Dom over the thought of losing him, and she made Davion collateral damage. She was driving, going to concerts, and dressing up for Halloween. No thoughts of the families and lives that she had destroyed.
On the other hand, McKenzie's mother got the chance to address the court.
My name is Natalie Shilla. I just want to say, am I allowed to address them? So in the hospital, that Vitality post, I commented on that because somebody had called her a murderer, okay? And she's not a murderer.
After what seemed to be an endless series of court dramas, the jury and the presiding judge had heard enough. Now, it is time for McKenzie to learn her fate.
Court renders the following verdicts. Count 1. The court, having had count 1 tried to it pursuant to waiver, finds the defendant, McKenzie Shilla, guilty of murder, to wit Dominic Rousseau, in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.02A, is charged in count 1. Count 2. The court, having had count 2 tried to it pursuant to waiver, finds the defendant, McKenzie Shilla, guilty of murder, to wit Davion Flanagan, in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.02A, is charged in count 2 of the indictment.
As a jealous fit changes McKenzie Shilla's life forever, how does her case compare to Ficia Torres' murder trial following a failed mugging? This is Ficia Torres, con artist and casual robber who murdered an unsuspecting fake intimacy victim.
You have 3 warrants for armed robbery and 1 warrant for felony murder.
In Suwanee, Georgia, a sinister plan unfolded as Ficia Torres, along with accomplices Nicholas Evans and Khalil Miller, lured William Tunchez in the guise of a sexual hookup. Unknown to Tunchez, he was
Don't trust you, bro. Don't trust you, bro. We don't trust you, bro. Man, that's one of the I feel like that's one of the scariest things ever, bro. I think that's probably one of the reasons I could just never want to just hook up with random people, bro. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I just feel like getting set up, especially in ATL, is way too often, bro. It's either that or a dick is popping out. Two things I'm just really not ready for, nigga. Like, bro, like, two things I'm really not ready for.
He was walking into a trap where Fernisha, who lured him with intimate advances, had planned to rob him of his wallet, helped by her accomplices.
So how the
County police say the 3 teens had committed other armed robberies nearby, and those crimes led police to charge the teens with attacking and killing Tunchez.
The discovery of Tunchez's body the following day by children playing in the neighborhood spurred law enforcement into action. Soon, Fernisha and her co-conspirators were apprehended to face their day in court. The legal repercussions were swift. Torres, Evans, and Miller faced charges including felony murder and armed robbery. As the charges were read,
wait, so what happened?
Enforcement into Axe's body the following.
Charged the teens with committed other armed robberies nearby, and those crimes led police to charge the teens with attacking and killing Tunchez.
The discovery of Tunchez's body the
Why didn't they just rob him and go?
In the neighborhood spurred law enforcement into action. Soon, Fernisha and her co-conspirators were apprehended to face their day in court. The legal repercussions were swift. Torres, Evans, and Miller faced charges including felony murder and armed robbery. As the charges were read, Fernisha showed what seemed to be genuine shock at the charges against
For sure, she's thinking in her head, all I did was offer him some pussy. That was my only job here. My only job here was just to act like I wanted to give him some vagina. That was my only job. I said, come to my car. How am I getting put? Nah, bro. See? All of you are in on the plan, bro. I don't care what you did, bro. If you're on Thanos' team, you're all going down with that nigga.
Setting the stage for a dramatic trial.
3 and 1 warrant for felony murder. Because of those warrants, those are the charges that are pending right now.
Fernisha and her gang were sentenced to life in prison without parole, bringing an end to their young criminal careers. As Fernisha and her crew continue to face the wrath of justice, we go back to school, where
Can we all keep it a stack, bro? Robbery, bro. I've said this 1,000 times, but if you're not robbing banks, you're just a pussy. Like if you're going to be a robber as your career, if you're not robbing banks, you are just a pussy. Other than that, nigga, grab a fucking rake. There's a lot of lawns that need to be fucking raked up. Get a fucking lawnmower. There's a lot of fucking lawns that need to be cut, nigga. All right? There's a lot of driveways that need to be fucking swept. You're not built for that life. If you're not robbing banks, you're a bitch. Sit your ass in and start mowing fucking lawns, nigga. Go clean the side of somebody's fucking house, nigga. Go clean. There's a lot of things to do to make money. Ain't no reason I should hear you out here saying I need to rob niggas. You're a bitch. You didn't rob a bank. You're a bitch. The fuck is this? Like, what are we doing? If you're not going all the way, don't rob shit.
Willard, Fernisha, and her crew continue to face the wrath of justice. We go back to school, where Willard Miller is about to end.
Bro, speaking on experience. Shut the fuck up. Shut he not say I'm not kidding, bro. You're not robbing fucking banks, bro. Like, what are you robbing for? Find another fucking career, bro. Like, damn.
The life, wrath of justice. We go back to school, where Willard Miller is about to end the life of his Spanish teacher.
Was she murdered for giving a student a bad grade? That's the chilling new claim by prosecutors in the slaying of a beloved high school Spanish teacher.
That would be a crazy reason to murder somebody.
A high schooler who killed his teacher over bad grades.
Really?
Unspeakable.
Really?
That's the word one school official is using to describe the murder of a beloved high school teacher. Her body, with severe trauma to the head, was found hidden in a local park. And now 2 16-year-old students have been charged as adults in her killing.
A high school student, Willard Miller, stands accused of brutally killing his teacher over bad grades. In an act that stunned the community, Miller took the shocking decision of beating a beloved Spanish teacher with a bat until she stopped moving.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches.
66-year-old Noema Graber was found beaten to death in a park where she regularly went for walks after school.
Miller and accomplice Jeremy Goodale, tried as adults, faced first-degree murder charges. Goodale soon came clean, cooperating with prosecutors to get a lighter sentence.
I offer my sincerest apologies to the Graber family, but I know my words will never be enough. I've had time to think on what to say, and I'm sorry. Truly sorry. so sorry.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You don't give a damn now.
To Mrs. Graber's friends and the members.
I'm still stuck on over a bad grade. Over, like, what? Because it's not really the bad grade that you're thinking about when you get a bad grade, is it? Like, when you're in high school, you're not thinking about, oh shit, I got a bad grade in my life. You're thinking about, oh shit, my parents are gonna whoop my ass. At least me. Oh shit, my parents are gonna whoop my ass. So was it that much fear in you to want to grab a bat and be like, I might as well kill her so my parents, what, they never see the grade? I don't even know. Like what?
Members of her church. To Mrs. Graber's friends and the members of her church, I'm truly sorry for what I've taken from you.
Gruesome details of how the murder went down were detailed by Goodale.
On November 2nd of 2021, I met Willard Miller at Chautauqua Park. I understood that he had the intent to kill Mrs. Graber. Aiden had brought a bat, among other supplies, to go through with the murder. And after he had struck Nohima Graber, we then moved her off of the trail, where I then struck her, and she died as a result. Afterwards, we removed any evidence that we could, and that was my recollection of the events on November 2nd.
During Meyer's trial, the victim's son poignantly testified, honoring his mother's legacy.
I forgive them and feel sorry that they had that anger in their hearts. There's no point in being angry at them. My mother was an angel of a woman and was one of the kindest souls.
Faced with compelling evidence and heartbreaking victim testimonies from family and school community members remembering the departed teacher, the verdict was never in doubt.
The court finds, based on the nature and circumstances of this offense, along with the required 25 factors that I am to consider in sentencing a juvenile in the state of Iowa for murder
Life.
in the first degree,
It's gotta be life, huh?
that the defendant, Willard Noble Chaden Miller, should
Life?
be sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 35 years. This sentence is permissible under the Iowa law. A 35-year mandatory minimum is not cruel and unusual punishment for the defendant, as it represents the appropriate time of incarceration for the defendant in Mr. Goodell's premeditated murder.
Like, I think banger is not the right word. Banger is not the word I'm looking for there. That was the video. Kiwi, thank you for the one. It's going well, man. How was your Thursday going? Crap, man. Crap. That was killer kids reacting to death sentences by courtroom consequences. That was wild. That was a video.